Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome back to another Explainer. Today, we're stripping away all that crazy hype and getting right down to the absolute core structure of AI interactions. We are focusing squarely on the golden rules for humans. That's us when engaging with these tools. Let's break down the exact blueprint of this workflow so you can really maximize your leverage.
So think about this for a second. In an AI workflow, who is really in charge? It's kind of a provocative question, right? When we see artificial intelligence generating these super complex frameworks in literally seconds, it's incredibly easy to fall into the trap of thinking the machine is the one running the show. But to truly master this process, I want you to completely reframe how you visualize it. Seriously, don't think of AI as some autonomous worker doing absolutely everything for you. Instead, frame this workflow as a collaborative relay race between humans and machines. You know how in a relay race the baton gets passed back and forth? Well, each runner has a specific leg of the race they're fully optimized for. And the success of the whole shebang relies on perfect coordination between everyone involved.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the entire AI workflow can basically be distilled down into 5 sequential steps. We've got Step 1, Input. Step 2, Prompt. Step 3, AI analyzes patterns. Step 4, produces output. And finally, Step 5, Human reviews and verifies. Look at the architecture here. The artificial intelligence is completely encapsulated right there in the middle, while human actions entirely bookend the process. You're at the starting line, and you are at the finish line. The machine only operates within the very specific boundaries that you set for it.
Which brings us perfectly to Phase 1, the human starting line. This is your foundational bedrock, because every single interaction has to originate with you.
These first couple of steps are entirely human-driven actions. You provide the input, and you craft the prompt. This is your leg of the relay race. By providing the input, you're basically selecting the raw material. Let's say you upload last quarter's incredibly messy financial spreadsheet. Well, that's your input. Then by crafting the prompt, you provide the exact instructions. You might ask the tool for a quick, bulleted summary explaining the primary drivers of Q3 revenue drops. You are setting the trajectory, the tone, the parameters. You establish the entire why and what of the task before that baton is ever passed. It's actually a pretty heavy responsibility, because the quality of the race depends entirely on how well you launch off those starting blocks.
Let's move to Phase 2 and see how this builds, because now we're entering the machine's domain, the AI processing phase. Here, the AI's internal mechanics kick into high gear with Step 3 and Step 4. The AI analyzes patterns and produces output. The baton has officially been passed. The machine takes that messy Q3 financial spreadsheet you uploaded, scans its vast neural networks, rapidly analyzes millions of data points, and algorithmically calculates the absolute best response to your specific prompt. Boom, it produces the output. It's just a phase of pure, raw mechanical efficiency. The AI is doing exactly what it was engineered to do, processing information at a scale and speed that's literally impossible for our human brains. It runs its leg of the race flawlessly. But of course, the race isn't over just because the output is produced. And that machine handing the baton back to you brings us to Phase 3, the finish line. Because the machine absolutely does not get to cross it on its own.
So the crucial point here is Step 5, Review and Verify. This is the uniquely human action of evaluating the AI's output to ensure accuracy and context before its final use. It is the ultimate quality control mechanism where you completely reclaim full responsibility for the work. Think about it. The AI might have analyzed the financial patterns, sure, but you must analyze the truth. The AI might have produced those bullet points, but you have to ensure they actually align with reality. If you skip this step, well, we all know what happens when an AI hallucinates some totally non-existent marketing metric in a high-stakes meeting with the CEO. If you don't verify, you haven't actually finished the race. You've just dropped the baton right before the finish line. Reviewing and verifying is the structural imperative of this entire workflow.
And this brilliantly illustrates our entire philosophy. AI assists, but humans decide. Assistance is a purely mechanical function, right? It's pattern recognition, it's output generation, it's speed, it's scale. Decision, on the other hand, is a uniquely human function. Making a decision requires judgment, real-world context, and accountability. The entire workflow is specifically designed so that the assistance of the machine empowers the human decision-maker. It never, ever replaces them.
Now really let this sink in. The golden rule. AI assists, humans decide. This is the absolute core takeaway of our explainer today. 6 simple words that completely define the entire relationship between us and artificial intelligence. When you're moving through those 5 steps we talked about, from input to prompt to pattern analysis to output to verification, this rule is the gravitational pull that holds everything together. The AI is your assistant.
It's a highly capable, incredibly fast runner in your relay race. But make no mistake, you are the captain of the team. You are the one who decides what the race even is, and you are the one who decides if the final result is actually a victor.
Which brings us to one final question for you. In your own daily workflow, are you truly reclaiming that baton at the finish line, or are you just letting the machine cross it for you? The next time you use an AI tool, I want you to visualize this exact relay race. Take complete ownership of the starting line, let the machine sprint through its processing phase, and then fiercely defend your authority at the finish line. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.